You know, your mind is probably the greatest magician you will ever see. Seriously. Every single day it puts on this absolutely breathtaking illusion. And guess what? You're its only audience member. It's a trick so perfect, you don't even realize it's happening. So let's dive into this. Together, we're going to expose the secret behind your mind's greatest performance.
And look, that is not a metaphor. That powerful surge of anger, that looping story of anxiety, that sudden sting of jealousy, these aren't just feelings that happen to you. Oh no. They are elaborate productions constructed in a flash by the magician inside your own head. It's a show that's so convincing we completely mistake it for reality.
So in this explainer, we're going backstage. We're going to pull back that big velvet curtain and reveal step by step exactly how this whole illusion is built. You ready to see how the magic really works?
Okay, so to understand any great trick, right, you've got to meet the performer and see what's hidden up their sleeve. In this mental magic show, there are 3 absolutely essential elements we need to get to know.
First up, let's meet the star of our show, Vijnana. We can just call it the cognition magician. This is the core of your consciousness, the part of you that sees and understands the world. And it is incredibly fast, weaving these illusions way before you can even think to question them. Now, what's really interesting is what our magician actually works with. The first tool is something called sand, which we can think of as memory dust. This is the raw material for the whole trick. It's this shimmering cloud of all your past experiences, your learned reactions, labels, memories, you name it. Every single illusion starts with just a little puff of this dust.
And here it is. This is the most important prop in the entire kit. Mine. I want you to picture this as an incredibly sticky label that just says, mine. This is the tool of personalization. It takes a totally neutral memory or a random thought from that cloud of sand and instantly, bam, stamps it as being about you, belonging to you, and being vital to your personal story.
So, we've got our magician, Vijnana. We've got the memory dust, Sanskara, and we've got that mind sticker, Mala. Let's move on and see how these 3 things come together to build the grand illusion that we experience as our moment-to-moment emotional reality. So here's the crucial part. This all comes together in a flash, in a process called manjati, which we can just call the fake drama. First, the magician scatters a little bit of memory dust, let's say the memory of a critical comment someone made. Instantly, the mind sticker gets slapped on it. Hey, that criticism was about me. And just like that, the curtain goes up on a personal drama. And you're the star, and the feeling is intensely real and incredibly urgent.
And this illustrates it perfectly and shows that this isn't some new age idea. This insight is thousands of years old. We don't just see the world as it is. Our inner magician is constantly adding layers of meaning and ownership. This is my success. This is my problem. We stop seeing reality and we start living inside this little mirage we've built for ourselves.
You know, understanding the theory is one thing, but actually catching the magician in the act, well, that's the skill that changes absolutely everything. So, how do you actually spot this happening in your own life? Just think about it for a second. You're working, you're driving, you're just living your life, and then bam, a sudden hot wave of irritation, a sharp, cold pang of envy, an overwhelming urge for something. These intense emotional takeovers, that's the show. That's the performance at its peak. Okay, here is the simple but incredibly powerful key to breaking the spell. The moment you feel that emotional hijacks start to happen, you just quietly note to yourself, ah, the show is starting. That's it. You're not fighting it. You're simply acknowledging that the magician has taken the stage. Because here's the beautiful secret. A magic trick is only powerful if the audience is completely lost in it. The second you recognize the sleight of hand, the moment you see the memory dust and the mind sticker being used, the whole illusion just starts to dissolve. The magician can't fool an audience that's watching his hands. So what's the ultimate point of seeing through the trick? Well, it's not about judging your mind or anything like that. It's about gaining your freedom. It's about realizing you have the power to just step off the stage. This is probably the most important takeaway of all. That dramatic, high-stakes, emotionally charged stage where you are the main character, it's an internal construction. It is not the actual world. The world outside of that mental theater is often so much simpler, much quieter, and a lot more peaceful.
When you know the secret, that it's all just some memory dust and a mind sticker, you are no longer a captive audience. You don't have to stay and watch the drama anymore. You can simply choose to stand up, walk out of that mental theater, and step into the clear, calm light of reality as it actually is.
But what if the show never ends? What happens when the magician just keeps performing trick after trick, creating constant tension, stress, and total exhaustion? Well, that feeling of being trapped in a performance you can't seem to stop has a name: the mind's burnout, or dukkha. And we are going to pull back the curtain on that exhausting illusion in our next explainer.